All right, take a look at the Seiko Marine Master 200 Reduced. We'll quickly go through the specs of the watch. I'll give you guys my thoughts and experience, and then at the end, I'll tell you guys if I recommend it. I'll leave the exact reference number of this one in the description. Let's quickly go through the specs of the watch. We got a case size here of 41.9 millimeters, so 42. The thickness is 12.5 millimeters. The lug to lug here is 48 millimeters, and the lug width is 20 millimeters. We have a sapphire crystal up top with AR coating, 120 click unidirectional bezel with a ceramic bezel insert on this one. This is a ISO certified diver from Seiko, so this does have a screw down crown, screw down case back that gives us 200 meters of water resistance. This features the 6R35 movement, so this does have hacking and hand winding. Hacking there, second hand stops. Very nice grip here on the crown. You can hear that nice sound from the crown here when it's winding up. Easy to access. No crown guard, so it's perfect at the 4 o'clock position. Way easy to grip. We do have drilled lug holes here on the sides of the lugs, which makes strap changes easy. You have Luma Bright all over the hands and indices, and you do have, these are raised indices. They look like to be applied, but they're not. I can kind of tell some of my other Seikos kind of have the same thing here. They look like applied indices, but I think they're pushed back from the bottom on up. So printed Seiko logo, printed Prospex logo. I like that little dash of color there at the second hand. Just enough red on there. Let me quickly show you what this looks like on a 7-inch wrist just for reference, and we'll get to some more specs here in a bit. So I think it works perfect on my wrist. No hot spots, no digging of the crown. It wears kind of slim because it's only 12.5 millimeters thick, and it just hugs that wrist perfectly. So I don't feel this when wearing it all day. Just another great comfort watch from Seiko. I think you can get away with this watch even if you have a 6-inch wrist, just because of that 48 millimeter lug to lug. Although it does have male end links, that does push it to about 51 millimeters, but I think you'll still be fine on it just because of the curve down, and it just hugged the wrist very well. So if you're very paranoid about anything over 50, you can always put this on a rubber strap or a leather strap or NATO strap. I think it'll look great either way. These are available new currently, and you can get this in a blue dial, the black dial, which has a stainless steel bezel, or you get the green dial, which is the limited edition one. New, these will run you anywhere from $1,000 to $1,300 is usually what they're listed for. You can also find them used, and on the used market, these run around anywhere from $750 to $950. And I think if you can find it at those prices, a well-maintained one, I think you're doing great. I'll show you guys what I mean by that. First, the bezel action is a little better than your typical Turtle or SKX. It's a little bit more clicky, a little bit more responsive, but still just a little bit spongy. And there is a little bit of back play, but I think it's just enough to make the bezel align. And I'm only doing the second one just for you OCD guys. There we go. Lines up great. We'll go to the loom at the end here, but I wanted to show you guys all these details because you can't pick it up from far away, but I want to show you guys what you get for the plus $1,000 mark here. And I'm wiping it so you can see the clean, crisp edges that you get from the polished to the brush to the polished again. So as you can see there, the top of this case is a mirror polish, and you can see the black camera there. Then it goes to a chamfered edge here, which is completely brushed, and then it goes back again to polished. There is a crisp, straight line on both ends of that polishing. So that brushing in the middle is perfectly straight line, and it lines up perfectly with those lug holes. Look at the lugs here as well. There's brushing up top, and then it goes to polish, and the lines are so crisp and nice. I think this watch I can see why Seiko put this at a little bit above $1,000. The attention to detail to this one is great. It has the 3-link oyster style bracelet with just enough play to make it comfortable, but it's not a lot, so it's great, way better built than your typical Seiko bracelets are usually. It has a milled clasp, fully milled, and then it does have the satisfying clicking for micro adjustments there, so it's great. You have plenty of micro adjust there, and it's just a good, great feeling bracelet, great feeling clasp as well. Very secure. You have your diver's extension, which I personally will never use, but it's there because this is a ISO certified diver. You have the Seiko Wave in the back, solid end links, solid links. I mean, they kind of did it all with this one. So that's why I kind of see why they did opt to price this at a little bit higher than $1,000. I went with the blue dial, as you can see here, and the reason why I did that is I like the application or the color of blue on this one. It's fairly dark, so kind of farther away or in dim light it looks kind of black, deep blue, but then if you get the right light flashing on it, you can see the sunburst effect and you get kind of an electric dark blue. It's just a great looking dial. It adds enough color into my watch box. Most of my watches are black or gray. I have a few white dial watches, so I like darker dials, and this one has that nice blue with just enough pop of different color, that secondhand red. Like I said, I can show you guys a LumiBright shortly. I just wanted to show you guys kind of how the light plays on this case and bracelet, because man, the details on this one are a little bit better than most Seikos. I can see the difference here, so I want to show you guys all that quickly. Let me blast this with the light so you can see the always reliable LumiBright, how it glows. The application on this one is good, but it's not as bright as other Seikos, but there's no worry on here. It'll last you all night. I've tested it. You can see this. You can charge it at night. You can just wear it around all day, and then in the morning and all night you can see your watch, and then at night you'll still be probably glowing if you have enough exposure to the light. It's already glowing on there. Turn off the light. There you go. You can clearly see it. It'll last you all night, like I said. You can clearly tell what time it is with the 2 batons on the top for the 12, and then you have your 6 and 9 as well. Everything else is the circular indices, typical Seiko DNA, but it's just done, I think, to a higher level. I think this watch is worth its price, whether you get it new or used. Of course, I would recommend you guys try to find them at a discount or the cheaper end of it. If you can find these used in great condition, I think you should pull the trigger on this. This does feature, I don't know if I mentioned, this does feature the 6R35 movement. So it's the newer version of the 5R36, right? So it's just a little bit more recent, newer. Just a great watch, great details on the case, great wearing watch. Just bang for your buck on this one. So good job, Seiko. A lot of people are just kind of blaming them for raising up their prices for the same products that they used to build. This one is, you get the Marine Master, but just in a better size. I think that will fit more people in general. So good job, Seiko, on this one. Let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you guys on the next one.